So now I believe you can get an idea about what we will discuss about in this lecture series, right? Variation in construction industry. So we will deeply analyze about variation. So firstly, so what is variation, especially in construction, right? We will discuss here all about construction industry. So in general, variation is a change to the original contract scope of works in terms of form, quality, or quantity, which is necessary and appropriate to complete the original scope of work. This is this is a common definition of variation, right? Change to the original contract scope. So, the procedures of construction contract, right? First, there is a tendering process. Then we need to sign the contract. So, in that time, they issue the construction drawings, right? That's the final drawings of construction. IFC, we call it a issue for construction, or sometimes we call it tender drawing. So, in that drawing, you can get the final or original scopes of works, right? You agree that as a contractor, agree for in that is original scopes. But in your during the construction period, there is some or more, that's depends, some changes happen in terms of form, quality, or quantity, right? So if, for example, uh, during your construction phase, in your original scope is to fit to fit 100 street lights, for example, right? 100 street lights, but the your client says, please increase the scope is the lights are 125, so there is a 25 additional lights, right? So this is a variation because this is not under our original scope, right? For this is a one of our example. So the change in form, character, kind, quantity, quality, line, level, position, arrangement, or dimension of existing work or an additional work that is necessary, appropriate, or desirable to complete works, right? So in this lecture series, we will clearly discuss how to do this variation because these are the contract. We can't just add 25 lines and then we can't claim from our client, right? We want a proper documentation. We want a proper standard methods. We want to follow all contract, all clauses, and all things, right? So according to FIDIC condition of conduct of construction, I think you are related in FIDIC, right? FIDIC Red Book, in especially in contract, in construction contract, we are use FIDIC Red Book, right? FIDIC Red Book, right? There is another session, right? FIDIC, there is another session. So in this case, I will add in your references. I will give you a FIDIC book, right? So you can refer this. So according to the FIDIC, the variation is a change, any change to the works which is instructed or approved as a variation under clause 13, right? So clause 13 is variation and adjustment. So in our future lectures, we will clearly talk about variation and adjustment clause 13, right? So here you want to understand, according to the FIDIC, a variation is any change to the works which is instructed or approved as a variation under clause 30, right? Okay. Now in this diagram, you can get an idea about the construction stages, right? There's a several stages: feasibility stage, design stage, tender stage, construction stage, and other, right? So in tender stage, the tender stage, we have in variation for variation, the tender stage and construction stage. These are the very important, right? In construction stage, we evaluation of variation, right? Tender stage, the client or consultant give us a tender drawings, right? Then we will start our construction process. In construction process, the contract documentation, project contract documentation, project control, interim payment, evolution of variation. These four processes are very, very important. So in this lecture, we will talk about evaluation of variation. In there's another lecture series I will post. The interim payment, how to do interim payment. This is also the very important, another important one, and project control and contract documentation. Right? So, so the construction stage, in during your construction stage, there is so many variations happen. Right? So this is not limited, but according to your contract document, it can be 10% to 15%, right? It can be 10% to 15% of your original contract value, right? Okay.